that is being applied is applied before the fish is put into the pond. That is what liming is. So it is therefore the process by which lime is applied onto an empty pond in preparation for fish to be put into it. So why is this lime put into the pond? This lime is put into the pond basically to buffer the soil pH. What does buffering mean? Basically to neutralize the soil pH. So you know, soil can sometimes be acidic or alkalinic, but then we need it to be neutral as water is. So that is why we apply lime, to buffer the soil pH so that it is suitable for the fish to live in properly. Then secondly, the lime is also applied into the fish pond so as to improve the soil quality, the soil texture. Right now, the pond has very soft soil and you can easily sink through it, meaning that they have to apply lime so as to make the soil a bit harder. That is improving the soil texture. Then thirdly, lime is also applied to kill parasites. Parasites such as leeches that are, I think many of you know the local name of the leeches, but they attach to the fish and sometimes transmit diseases to the fish, and they suck blood from the fish and it causes harm to the fish. So we apply lime so as to be able to kill those parasites. Then fourthly, another reason is to majorly kill the frogs that could be in the fish pond. Frogs also, the big frogs could also act as predators to the fish fries. So we kill the frogs using the lime that is applied to it so as to prevent that predating onto the fish as
We are this side dealing with a fish farming project. These are the ponds that you're seeing, and at this time we are doing the fish farming, which involves like 2 stages. We are dealing with the nursery stage, whereby we have to transfer the fries. Well, some people know the fries as the young fish. We have to transfer them from this side and taking them to the, from the nursery stage, where it is the nursery pond, to the outgrowing pond. It involves seining. What seining? We use the seine net, the ones that you can see around here. And at this time, after doing the seining activity, we have to use it so that we can gather the fries in one position to be captured. And when they are captured, they have to be brought this side so that they can be divided, because we have the ones that are large, the larger and the largest. So we have to separate them. And at this time, that's what the other students are doing.
out. The fish pond grow out. This is where we put our mature fish after putting them in the nursery ponds for 2 months. After being in the nursery ponds for 2 months, we bring them to the fish grow out ponds for 6 months, the total of 8 months. So let me first talk about the nursery ponds. The nursery ponds, we feed them 8 kilograms per time. Remember, I will tell you that, allow me to tell you that we feed these fish 4 times a day in the intervals that we feed them at 10 a.m. Why do we start our feeding at 10 a.m.? We begin our feeding at 10 a.m. because we believe that at 10 a.m. there is sunlight. So when there is sunlight, these fish are going to respond actively to the what? To the feeds, because there is enough dissolved oxygen in the water of the ponds. So when there's enough dissolved oxygen in the water of the ponds, the fish are going to respond actively. They are going to come many, and they would want to eat. So according to the weather is the way we give the feeds. Because when there is no sunshine, they will not respond actively to the feeds. So when there is weather, somehow cloudy weather, we don't give them too much fish. But when there is enough sunshine, we give them 15 kilograms. The fish grow out ponds. For there are many fish there, and when there is sunshine, I've told you that there is enough dissolved oxygen. And also in those ponds we have algae. We fertilize these ponds so that they can produce algae. And this algae helps them to feed also on natural food, because algae, we know also it is made naturally. It grows on its own. So this algae also provides them, as they are free there and the ponds, they are able to feed on that algae as they wait for the next time.
We are going to feed these fish. We have some ways how we can call them, because we already make them used to the situation that whereby when we are going to feed them on these artificial feeds, we clap or we hit the bucket. They have a collective place where we always call them from. So they always collect from there. They converge so that they can wait for the feeds. As we continue hitting the bucket, as they converge together to come and wait for the feeds. Then that's where we can give the feeds, then they start feeding.
We do rear our fish using 2 rearing units. We have fish ponds, and then we also have cages. In the fish ponds, we are basically focusing on Nilotilapia or Euchromis niloticus. That is what we are looking at. That is what we are farming in the ponds, and like I said, we have 11 of them. Then in the cages here, we have 4 cages of 2 by 2 by 1.5 meters deep, and at the moment we are culturing African catfish. Yeah, we introduced the cages so that the learners of Mother Kevin Fish Farming Center can compare the ponds and the cages. So in the cages we have catfish, African catfish. The difference between those 2 rearing units is that in the cages we can stock too many fish in a small volume of 2 by 2.
After some time, the fish are captured and sampled to check if they've reached the right size and weight.
The target weight we need 200 grams to 300 grams of fish. That's the fish we're going to take. And the fish below that, we transfer it to a different pond.
harvesting fish from fish ponds. I want to let you know that fish harvesting isn't an easy task, but to make it easy, we first go through a few steps. Firstly, we starve the fish for at least 1 day. That's what we call fish conditioning. The day before fish harvesting, we carry out fish conditioning. After fish conditioning, we prepare our tools that we are going to use for fish harvesting. And these tools include a seine net, fish baskets, we have buckets, we have scoop nets, we have heavy duty gloves, pond waders, gumboots, and very many other tools that we're going to use. During the D-Day, that's the day for fish harvesting, we're going to have our seine net, which we shall set at one end of the pond using its width. Then one person will stand at one corner holding the net, and the other person will stand at another corner. Then they're going to drag the net towards another end of the fish pond so that we can get our fish. And then when these people are getting the fish, they're going to come together so that we can get the fish and then scoop it out. But before the act, we're going to first reduce water levels in the pond. That is what we call draining the pond. We drain the pond mainly because we want to make it easy for those people carrying out fish harvesting to move through the pond. When the water levels are high, it's going to be difficult for them to move. But when the levels are reduced, they're going to easily move through the pond. And one other thing, after getting the fish, we're going to sort this fish. As you can see people doing it right there. We're going to have the big fish moved aside. That's the one we're going to take. And then the small fish, we're going to transfer them to another pond.
If you're using your right hand, then make sure you hold it down here. Like this. So, by doing so, you're protecting yourself from this dorsal fin. You know it is for protection. It can prick you or it can pierce you. So you hold it like this. Then if you're using your left hand, let me show you here on this one. Yeah. This is how you hold it. You're seeing it is raising its dorsal fin to defend itself, but it cannot get you because you're holding it from the right position. And then you apply some force.
Fish as they have taken through the process. We do this, students are always involved in the process of preparing this fish. They are not the workers that do all the things. Starting from the harvesting to the process of preparing the fish, it is all done by the students because we are looking at how we can empower them and understand the skill. They offer fish farming as a subject, so with that they get the skill from scratch. Now they come, they start cleaning it, they salt, they do the salting process, then drying it before we start putting it into the cooking oil. So with that, we do it twice in a month, and that is to have a balanced diet in their meals. As they are eating chicken on a Sunday, on a Saturday they eat fish, the other Sunday they take beef like that. So we balance their meals that way. But in fish, in the process of having fish, it is always them that are involved, and then some few bits of in the process, we also ensure that the students, their safety is very paramount. In harvesting, the fish farming manager is there to guide in one way or the other. Then when they are doing salting is safe. They can do it, but then they are always guided. Then when it comes to frying, the students are really not allowed. So they are the workers that do that. So that's how we control we ensure the safety of the students in the whole process.
The teachers of Mother Kevin Mavira for not only teaching our babies classwork, but also teaching them the activities outside class, such as farming.
The project is here to stay. Our learners are benefiting a lot. Fish farming, we are doing a lot. If you go down there, you see we have 11 ponds, and each pond is named after a great lake in Uganda. Why do we do that? Twagala associating kino na kiri ekiri ebweru. Ne features ez'ebidiba bino mulaba Victoria yesingawo obunene, yani ebyennyanja bibamu obirabe tufunye batuvudde mu Victoria. Obo biraba obulere bwabyo tilapia fish mu bivudde. So mulaba ebinene tukolera features zennyini. Bolaba mutanda bwe wali ogenzeeko ku mutanda wakanga ne pondi yaffe ekitwa mutanda erina futures ngeza mutanda abaana baffe basobola okubifuna ne baba tatuuseeyo eri basobola okifuna wano bwekikola ki wekiri. Lwaki twalonda Mother Kevin? Mother Kevin, our founder Mr. Senyonjo Moses Timba, used to pray through the intercession of Mother Kevin, and he has achieved a lot through the intercession of Mother Kevin. So he deemed it wise to decide to name this school after Mother Kevin as a thanksgiving, as an appreciation to what he has attained and achieved through the intercession of Mother Kevin. Mother Kevin naffe ffennyini atukoledde ebyamagero. Tuli myaka ena tuyingidde abaana 10. Tulina project ffeffeka mu Uganda bw'ojja okusanga abantu abalunda ebyennyanja ate nga by'abaana, not on a business basis. No. Byaffe by'abaana bwe tuba n'obikunga nga bwe tubigye leero ate abaana babirya. Buli class is given a pond to manage. Each class is managing a pond. Today we've been with senior one, however we invited all others okulaba harvest ya senior one bwekola ki bweri. Era bw'otuloja kwa abasenior one nga bali ebyennyanja byabwe bagabireko ne bannaabwe tubayigiriza okulunda, then okutunda, it's a business, baguza essomero ate wala abantu bw'oba olunza ebyennyanja so bifunamu ssente so beeyambisa ewaka proteins na byonna ebiva mu byennyanja babimanyi. Ne bw'oyita omwana n'omubuuza nkakasanga mujja balabanga babanyonyola byonna ebikolebwa ku byennyanja. Ffe tusaba gavumenti kujja okwagazisa amasomero okukola ebintu ebinayamba abaana for tomorrow. Si lwaleero lwokka naye n'enkya bw'anaaba tali wano asobola okujjukira kino n'akikozesa bulungi.